All right, I have to watch the time. I only have like an hour. So, yeah. Okay, now I'm feeling organized. So, down to business. Like and share, like and share. I'm going to quick share my video with a few people. I know it's an odd time of day on a Monday, so who knows who'll be able to get on. We'll just share it out to a few places here. See what happens. How was everybody's weekend? Oh, we had an amazing weekend. Well, it was an amazing week. Jaciel was here with me in Montana the whole week. We did some really cool lives. We did some really fun lives. We just had some fun visiting time. We had people coming in and out of the store that got to try the box. So that was really cool. Hey, Irene, did you catch any of our lives this last week or Jaziel's lives while she was here in Montana? We had so much fun. All right. So, what I was intending on talking about going live here is some really amazing things that I have in my brain right now. They're just still in my brain. And one thing I know that I need to do is to get um, more routine about going live. I need to schedule it in so I can meet up with all you guys, so I can talk with all you guys. I've got some really neat, I'm expanding into doing some group coaching. So like my walk-ins, my one-on-one visits and all that kind of stuff are going amazing. People are getting amazing results. I use bioenergetic testing, and then we do a lot of detox work. We do a lot of parasite work. I am a CellCore provider practitioner, so that is my main jam. The bioenergetic testing, we also allow the body to speak and allow the body to work at its own pace. So when we put those things together, we just get really exponential healing results. So that is working very, very well. I'm trying to kind of multitask, look for comments in both places. So wherever you're at, if you're on replay, if you're on the live, please like and share. Help me get the message out. I am building um, going out, reaching out beyond my one-on-one live. Sorry, I'm getting a note. Live visibility restricted. Your live is not eligible for search results because you may be promoting it. That's fine. Not now. Okay. Yeah, I just don't want to take time to try to get rid of that little window. I was using a double camera thing the last live that I did, and it is still on there. I don't want to take the time to get it out. So sorry. Always distracted, right? When us creators are trying to multitask and make all these things work at once, it is a challenge. It really is. Like people like Jaciel that are really used to doing this, it's amazing how they can multitask and get all this done. So updates updates. I am working on group programs so I can bring more people in and really you'll get in the group programs. One, it's a cost savings because it's way less one-on-one time with me. So when you're working with me in the group program, it's hybrid. You are going to get some bioenergetic scans, you are going to get some one-on-one time, but then there's going to be the group coaching sessions where we learn and grow from one another. They are really a fabulous way to learn and grow, and we can share, like, if especially if you're doing parasite cleansing, and we can share and talk and swap pictures and all sorts of things like that to help each other along that healing process. I want to see. I was going to try to get rid of that little guy, but it's okay. We'll keep it. So, group coaching is a really slick way of one, saving money, and then two, saving time for me. Within the group coaching, I've got on my website bolts, they're called education bolts. So you sign up for the group coaching, it's hybrid, you get time with me, you get bioenergetic scans, and then you get this education bolt where you're going to get every step like I was there with you, but I'm not really there with you. So a lot of times as practitioners, we find ourselves on repeat every time we meet with a client. The information might be new to your ears, but we are on repeat saying it. So those education bolts give us such a great way to help save time and save money. Hey Alan, how are you? Good. So if you're
So good.
awesome. Hold on one second. I'm like multitasking, so I'm just going to explain on Facebook. I've got Alan. He just joined me on TikTok. So this is going to be better on TikTok if you can pop over onto TikTok. All right, go ahead. How are you?
Well, now that I received your little message and your box of love on the way, I can't tell you how much that means.
Oh, there's no better person that I'd rather share with. I am a little bit apprehensive. The post office did not like that address. So I really hope your postmaster in your town is amazing and knows how to find you.
Well, if maybe they'll leave it there. I know Amazon comes to the house. The USPS may have to have a PO box, so I don't know how they are going to. Did it say when it might arrive?
Yes, and I have the tracking number. So hopefully it doesn't end up back to me. So I just kind of sent it out in faith that it's going to get to you.
Okay, we'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you if I can repost what you have to those others that may have a lymphatic issue.
Yes.
So that they may see my post
Yes.
attached to the repost.
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
Okay.
You betcha.
Good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're gonna step your healing up to a new level. We're gonna get that lymphatic draining, and I'm so glad that it's not hurting you, that it's not necessarily causing you trouble. So we don't want to let it. We want to flush it out now and take care of it now before it gets to the point where it's giving you pain or issues.
Yeah, as I stated, it has a dramatic return every so often to give me more growth and to go deeper into myself. However, overnight it did harden up. It did start to wake me up 2 or 3 times from the soreness of them. I did not know when it was going to be received here, your gift. So I ended up getting a hold of the doctor. So in the meantime, I'm going to take the 4 milligram methylprednisone that will relieve the pressure so we can get a handle on what the problem and issue is, let the other take effect, and go from there and take another whack at it. So it's all good. Everything's purpose.
Yes, and in your prayer and in your meditation, be speaking to your kidneys, be speaking to your lymph system, and just like you would another person, encouraging them to do their job. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Always love and gratitude in the receiving of the gift that we're given, and when you take it, it's no different than blessing your food, being grateful for the lives that were sacrificed that you may live.
Yes.
So those little herbs are sacrificing their lives that I may continue in my journey. So I will give lots of gratitude.
I love that.
Go to you
I love
and your
that.
beautiful sister also.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for popping on. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. I'm sitting here getting my car repaired at the population of 80 in Hooper, Colorado.
I love those little communities.
I just wanted to stop by and say thank you. I love you, and I see you, and I'm forever grateful for you and your beautiful sister.
Oh, you too, Alan. You too. That's amazing.
Okay. Oh, I'll
Hey,
see you later.
thank
Okay.
you.
Take care, love.
Yes,
Bye
you
bye. I'll
too.
keep you in the loop.
All right, I
Let
can't
me know
wait.
when. Let me know the tracking number if you can text it to my DM,
I
and then
will.
I'll keep an eye on it. So if I can time it when it gets to the post office before they're going like, "What the hell do we do with this?"
Right.
I will be at the post
Okay.
office. I will let them know what's happening. Okay.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Perfect.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Uh, if you're on Facebook or YouTube on the replay, I'm also streaming over here on TikTok, and I just sent out a healing gift to someone in our community. He has been on an amazing healing journey and really having he's using that electric box that in this community we've been talking about a lot lately. So he's been killing some pathogens. He's got a big C, and he's had it under control and somewhat in remission for a lot of years. So, still working on the pathogens. We here believe that all sickness, all disease in your body is a root cause, a pathogen of some sort that needs to be addressed. So, yeah, sorry if you're on TikTok. I'm also on my other camera on my laptop. So, I'm going back and forth on the FaceTime between the two. I won't stay here long. I just needed to get some updates out. I am a Nurse Tanya. I am a full time um, I have a full-time healing natural modality, little healing center here in Montana. I am an RN. I consider myself divorced from the sick care system. So I'm not a full-time content creator. I try to do the best I can to get on here. My main reason for coming on was to let you all know that I am preparing an amazing, amazing gift for you. And it will be evergreen. So it's not anything that there's a deadline on that you got to rush to get to. Right now, it doesn't exist anywhere besides my brain. I still need to get it formulated, but I do know the title of it. I do know the intention of it. So it is going to be a whole me program. It's going to be, I think, 21 days, maybe 30. We'll see how it goes. But we are going to use I am a believer in the creator. So the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You're going to hear me call him Abba or Yahweh or something like that. So the program that I am going to create, you're going to have to be okay with a little scripture. You're going to have to be okay with me using those terms. And it is going to be a manifestation program. And I know that a lot of people are a little bit worried about that manifestation thing being new agey. And how do people like me who work with frequencies and really believe in all of this stay in a Christian, right, mindset? Well, I believe that the Lord, the Creator, I don't really like the word Lord anymore, but it's a bad habit. I keep using it, right? So the Creator, Abba, the Father, spoke and created the earth. So that is how powerful our frequencies are. That is how powerful words are, how powerful sound is. And I believe that those things were kind of made dirty, right? They were made dirty. That I believe that religion is an unhealthy, unclean spirit. So those things were made dirty, and things like pharmaceuticals were ushered in, right? So we are going back to those frequencies. We're going back to nature. Nature, every plant, every herb has a frequency that the creator designed to speak to our body, our cells on a cellular level. So, one thing that I'm just going to quick say, depending on the audience, everybody's at different awakenings, they're at different levels. I, like, way back when, I thought essential oils, I didn't care one way or another. Even now, I have very limited knowledge of essential oils. I use them, but it's not one of my main modalities because there's so much to learn about all this stuff. But what I did come to realize was, at first, essential oil people, like literally my attitude was, okay, well, you probably believe in Santa Claus too. That's your choice. If you want to believe that essential oils, you're going to smell them or you're going to do whatever, somehow they're going to heal your body. There's a lot of people who believe that Santa Claus comes down your chimney. Like I seriously had essential oils in that same I was just whatever. I had no belief in it whatsoever. But then I started learning about frequency. And then I learned that it's the frequency in the oil in the plant matter. So if you've got it oils that are on the same frequency as your liver and you rub them over your liver, it's like a tuning fork. So it's not that the oil is soaking through your skin into your liver and somehow magically healing it, right? It's like a tuning fork. When your liver, we're just using that for an example, if your liver is sick and diseased, it's out of tune, like a piano or a guitar that's out of tune. Like it vibrates at a certain resonance at a certain level. So if it's sick and diseased, it's just out of tune. And that's where these essential oils have the potential to help that issue because they're asking your liver to retune, right? So the sicker the organ is, the sicker the body is, the harder or the less effective these little things are. And if when the body's super toxic, these little natural remedies are probably not going to work for you. If you are trying these natural remedies, you're trying a little of this, you're trying a little of that, and it just doesn't work, like you don't get it, you're led to believe it's a bunch of hogwash and, you know, magical yada yada, that's because you're really toxic. And you are not going to get results with these little healing modalities. Like if you went to a cool sound bath healing thing, you're probably not going to get it if you're really toxic. We have got to detoxify and then move forward living as clean as we can if these little modalities like essential oils have any chance of helping us. If that makes sense, give me a comment somewhere. Give me a hey, yeah, that makes sense. I've never thought about that. So, comments, feedback. I am able to kind of look around. I do see a few people on TikTok. I see Zoe. So that is awesome. Anybody who's here, I am I am multitasking. I do see you. So this thing that I have in my head that I'm building for you, it will be evergreen, it will be free, it will be a healing whole me. So we're going to kind of use whole foods. We're going to address foods. We're going to do some clean eating all month. So some people that'll be all fresh, a really hard challenge. For other people, they're doing that already. Everybody is going to be welcome to grow in this space. And then we're going to do like some breath work. We're going to do some meditation with some really powerful prayer music, right? And we're going to use some scripture. We're going to do some journaling. We're going to speak to our body. We're going to ask our body to release traumas. We're going to ask our body to release disease. We're going to ask our minds to release wrong thinking, things that we are thinking that is keeping our body down in the valley. We want to bring ourselves up on that mountaintop. And when we detox, when we parasite cleanse, you can literally feel the realm of death leaving your body in this thing that I'm building, this whole me, it's not necessarily a parasite cleanse. It's not necessarily a detox. But when we go back to really simplified food, whole food, distilled water, I'm going to ask you to do distilled water for that month for your drinking water. And what else? We're going to do breathing. We're going to do inner self work. We're going to do journaling. So it's going to be some work. It's going to be, like I said, either 21 days or 30 days. I haven't quite decided. And yeah, MJ, it's still in my brain. It's still in my brain. I don't have it built yet. So when I have it built, I will have a link for it in my link tree, and that needs to be reworked too. Oh, like I was saying earlier, it's just me. Like I'm a one person show, so the content creating, the link tree, the keeping track of my labs, keeping track of my clients, all that stuff is it's really a lot. Before too long, I'm gonna need an assistant. I'm gonna need somebody who's got kind of some skills in the health coaching realm to, or maybe I just need a social media person. Like I'm gonna need somebody who can take a lot of my clips and just take over my posts, like just do little clips. So I am calling that in. I am manifesting the right person who's out there because you kind of got to get me. You kind of got to get what I'm doing. And I could use some help down the road. I could use some help with all this. Um, so that does not exist yet. I do have a 30-day detox and I need to set some promotion codes. So I'll set a promotion code that it'll just be TikTok and it'll be that you can get into that free. I'll do a Facebook free. That will help me know where you found the information. So to help me kind of track what's working. And the code doesn't exist, but I can get that done today. On my link tree now, the currently one, I have a 30-day detox. If you're wanting to do something, you can start there. Right now, I have it set so it's like $30, but I'll put the codes in. So it'll just be TikTok and you'll get a free access to that 30-day detox. If you're Facebook, it'll just be Facebook. That'll be the code. If you're YouTube, YouTube, that will be the code. But I want you to use the code of where you saw me, okay? So this is going to help me track where people are following me, where people are getting this information. That 30-day detox already exists. It's super simple. You just get access. It's in the members only part of my vault. So that's where you're going to go. You're going to get to my website. You're going to get to the members only. And then it's the 30-day detox. In there, you can totally just do that detox with food. So if you want to just do clean eating, there's a little guide on how to do it that's in the detox. There's a little education about your liver and how it works if you want to read through that. If you don't, that's fine too. There's a little, it's kind of an onboarding. So I have a link. I have a really cool app that I will give you access to if you'd like a meal plans. It's just kind of a clean eating challenge. If you want to add some herbal products to it, we it would be from Designs for Health that's got a little liver opener type product that you can add to it. You can add some protein shakes, but you don't have to. You don't have to add any of the products. You can just do the food plan, and that works too. So we're trying to speak to people on all sorts of different budgets. So that already exists, and you can just go to my link in bio and just get to my website. That don't make it complicated. Just get to my website and then get to the members only thing, and I will put those codes in. And then another thing that I want to do, I plan to get routine about doing lives. And because of that group coaching, I need to do that. So I will be multitasking. I will be doing the group coaching as well as live on TikTok. So while I'm building this, I really need to take my time and make it work. So sorry if that's going to be annoying depending on which place you're watching. That's just all I have time for right now. That's what I have to do. So in general, that should be happening routinely this fall. Like I needed to start that in September. So here we are in September. Got a little bit sidetracked with Jaziel last week, but we will be doing, I'll do Wednesdays. I'm on Mountain Time. So Wednesday afternoon, right around 1 o'clock, it's going to be that group coaching as well as my TikTok live. I do plan on adding a link in my bio for a giveaway link. So if you're in my group, if you're on TikTok, you I'm gonna do a giveaway once alive. So the registration form, you're gonna have to fill in the date of when you watched, and then I can have my assistant keep track of this. But then you're gonna have to, it's gonna email me and let me know that you watched at the certain date, you were in the live, and I'm going to do a drawing each week for one free bioenergetic scan. So if you follow me, you know what I mean about bioenergetic scans. If you don't, I will quick tell you. So the bioenergetic energetic scan is a big part of my practice. It's these little copper things that scan your body. You hold them. I can do them distance. If you win the scan, you'll send me a saliva sample and I can scan you at a distance. So you hold these. The software scans you really a lot like muscle testing, but the program is so vast, like so wide, so deep. So it's just, and then it's super inefficient are super efficient. Like where muscle testing, it takes me forever because I'm not a pro at it. And then you're thinking, what question do I want to ask? And this and that and the other thing. I do use a lot of quantum muscle testing as well, and assessment and question asking and all of that when I'm working one to one. When we're doing group coaching or testing, I might, if I'm online and somebody's just got some questions, you might not see me doing it, but before I answer anybody, I'm doing quantum muscle testing. Um, Sorry about that. And then my energy scanner, my Quest machine, then makes an imprint. So this one is mine. It's got my balancing energies in it. This will also come with your scan, at least two, sometimes three, because I tend to get carried away. I'm going to cover the shipping. So we're going to be doing that on Wednesdays. When I start promoting that, I would really appreciate it if you like and share and get the word out. I want to build this group coaching community because I can help so many more people with questions and all of this stuff. And yeah, I have a giving soul, and sometimes it gets me in trouble. That's another thing that I'm working on is like an application process for low income. Right now, I kind of have all my charity work that I can handle. You do need to know when you're working with me, I keep my own benevolence fund. So I'm always kind of donating to my own business in a sense, or my own ministry in a sense. So I see I've got a business, but then I've also got a ministry and I have to keep them balanced, right? So I always say I personally, I'm not like Jazziel. She's out to heal humanity, like to help the world and to spread information. I that is not my mission. I'm out to help very few people who are specifically assigned to me to help, because what I do, I help people who are really suffering, who have been all around the world to every clinic and every doctor and medical. They're not getting better. They're not getting better. So um, I'm assigned also just to busy professionals who are just starting to open up to our perspective, to this world of doing things more naturally. So then our basic foundation, usually everything I do is detox work and parasite work and energy work. And then after a few months, we'll see where you're at. We'll see where the gaps are. We can use functional testing when we need to, blood work. I love to recycle labs that you already have, that you've already spent money for, that your insurance has already paid. I can use those labs, your blood work, plug them into my functional assessment, and really see from a functional level, how is your body working, what is going on. So this is my calling, is to work with busy, open-minded professionals who are ready to take back control of their health, who are ready to make some hard changes, who are ready to listen when I say you have to get off sugar and gluten, who are ready to do those things. And then I'm going to coach them forward through my program that works, So they can be super efficient about it. They can line up, they can make this thing work. That is my majority, my one-on-one programs, right? So that's what I knew. And I'm calling in from the universe. My intention, I'm calling in. I still have room for some of those one on one clients. So I'm calling in 10 people who can come in, who can afford my one on one coaching programs, who are ready to make the hard changes, who are ready to do the work, and who are ready to let me coach them. And it can be painful, just like when you start track season and every muscle in your body hurts, or your basketball coach, you thought for sure they were going to kill you those first 2 weeks of practice. So, changing your mindset, changing your habits, it's a big deal. And in my coaching program, we work on emotional trauma, we work on clearing all of that, as well as the toxins. I've got different programs where we work for a foundation, a minimum of 4 months, or we do 9 months, or we do 12 months. And each program, the one to one, has so many sessions with me. It's got the bioenergetic, all your cell core foundation, or your comprehensive, depending on your program, is included. So we do all this. You make the commitment and we make it work. That is my professional side of my business, where you are assigned to me. These are people who are assigned to me. Like, it's not the masses. We're not trying to help the masses. It's people who are specifically feel like they're assigned to me. And I am such an open book. If you go on YouTube, even on my TikTok, my I've got my healing story on YouTube. I've got my faith story on YouTube. If you're going to work with me, you need to know who I am. I will find out who you are for sure. But in our sessions, they're going to be all about you. We're not going to spend all that time talking about me. But if you want to know who I am, I'm not afraid of people looking me up on the internet. I'm not afraid of that. I have a business. Like, it's a real business. I'm not trying to hide out from anyone. You can vet me, you can look. Like, I want you to be able to find that information. I'm not hiding from you, right? It's not a big secret. Like, I have a business. I have a business address. You'll find it if you look at all. You'll find it. So there's that, right? I get it. Not everybody's like that on the internet, but I have faith in my provider to keep me secure, and that's why it's a professional business. But I also have got a ministry, and the ministry is where I am partnering with Jaciel and the Created to Heal group. I'm setting up Created to Heal groups right here in my town. So when we meet for Created to Heal, that's not about me selling anything, or that's not about me trying to push my medical grade, professional, expensive products. The Created to Heal groups are where we can all come together and share those home remedies. We can share a jump off point. We can share that commonality. And I also, in my apothecary, the storefront, the little store part of my store, I carry raw herbs. I carry copper water bottles, like stuff to make smoothies. I carry all those kind of things that a person can walk in off the street and they don't have to have a program with me to shop in the store. If they want to do my medical grade supplements, then they do have to, even locally, have to sit down with me for an assessment, for a bioenergetic scan, because I don't like to guess. And I don't like to sell supplements off of symptoms, because that's no better than what the medical field is doing, right? If we sell supplements just because it was a commercial and those symptoms sounded like you, then that's no different than covering up your symptoms with pharmaceuticals. We always want to get to the root cause, and we want to know where your body's at. We want to know what your body wants, because I don't like to waste money, and I don't like anybody else to waste money. So that's where a little bit of testing goes a long, long way. Before I got the bioenergetic tester, I used to do a lot of food allergy testing, which is still relevant. It's still, when we do IgG food allergy testing, that is a immune response. Your 70% of your immune system is an IgG issue, right? And I used to do food allergy. I was trained by the Wellness Way, and that's their main thing. Is everybody walks in the door, that's where you start, is with food allergies. And it's still good. That is good. But it's good because it gives the body a break. It gives the immune system a break. When we take away those stressors, the immune system gets a break. But what I've come to do now, I've taken that training, then added CellCore is my main jam, that detox and parasite cleanse, and I've married those different modalities of training to come up with my own perspective, my awakened wellness way of doing things, which I think is pretty amazing. And so now, instead of, that $400 food allergy test right out of the get-go, I tell everybody, let's take 120 days. Let's avoid the 7 most common inflammatory foods. I'll rattle them off. I always no, I take that back. We have to change our words. I don't always forget something. I remember them. Okay? Here's me remembering them. Corn, peanut, wheat, sugar, soy, dairy. What's the last one? Anybody in the comments know? Help me out. Corn, wheat. Oh, egg. So those are the 7 most common IgG allergies, and why I ask my clientele to avoid them for at least 120 days to give your a body a break is they're very small proteins, and we know that we have leaky gut. Everybody has it, and it not all to the same extreme, but everybody has it. And what happens is those little proteins leak through your gut wall, through that mucous membrane in that synapses, and they get in your bloodstream. And those little proteins aren't supposed to be in your bloodstream. Like, your food is not supposed to get out of your GI tract, but it does. It leaks into our bloodstream because of the damage to our gut lining. So when it gets in your bloodstream, then your immune system all day, every day, is having to clean it up. Your body doesn't know that it's a harmless protein because it's not harmless to your body. Your body considers it the same as a pathogen, as an invader. It might as well be a bad bacteria. It might as well be a virus. It might as well be a parasite. Your immune system, so then, has a response. Just like if you were to take your hand, and if you got a little sticker in it, right? It wouldn't be that big a deal. So let's say you were out foraging or whatever, and you got a little sliver, and it might even be so tiny that you can't really see it. To get it out, you're gonna have to wait for it to fester. Well, it's just one little thing on your finger. It's not gonna slow you down. It's not that big a deal. Time will help it. It will come out. Your immune system will take care of it. That whole process will happen. You don't need more sleep. You don't need more vitamin C. You just need your body to do what it's supposed to do. So that is like food allergies. When you have a leaky gut, gluten, especially, sugar is always inflammatory. It's not necessarily a food allergy, it's just bad, it's just inflammatory. But let's say eggs. Every time you eat an egg, now you get a new sliver in your little villi, in your gut lining, a new sliver. So if you're doing that every day, you're eating eggs and then these 7 other things, or maybe it's 30 other things that is leaking in your gut and your body is having a response to. But every time you get a new sliver, and then pretty soon you're just inflamed and your finger really hurts and you're going to have to do something about it. So that's how those food allergies are. That inflammatory response is to your gut, and then it's inflamed. So then your little junctions are not tight junctions anymore. That mucous membrane lining like is the same. If you ever had a sore on the inside of your nose, all the way down to the rectum, it's the same lining. So, like a lot of times when you get ulcerative colitis, it can affect your mouth, it can affect your nose because that's the same lining. So, back to if you ever get a pimple on the inside of your nose, it hurts forever and it takes forever to heal. So, just imagine our gut that we can't see if we're constantly irritating it with gluten, with dairy, with these things that our body doesn't, that can creates that inflammatory response, how does our body ever heal, right? When we've got all these assaults, all this inflammation all the time. So when we just at least avoid those 7 inflammatory foods, make it 8, include alcohol, take no alcohol either. That's just bad when you're trying to heal. So you just avoid them for 120 days and your body is so much relief, so much relief. And then you go through my 4-month foundation, my cell core detox, where we get the ropeworm out, we get the bad bacteria, the H. pylori. That's what we do in step 2. Then step 3, we continue to work on that ropeworm. We add in some liquid herbs. We start to work on the flukes, the stuff in your liver, the stuff in your pancreas, stuff in your joints. And then step 4, we start to work on the candida and the fungus overgrowth. After we get the ropeworm, we get the ropeworm first. And all that time while we're doing that, we're taking care of your body with a good binder. The binder's the mop that comes up and cleans all this stuff up. So if you're basically healthy, and you just want to up your game and you just want to do a real detox, a real parasite cleanse, then you're a great candidate for just that 4-month foundation. If you've got autoimmune disease, the big C, anything else like that, then that's still a good place to start, but it's going to take a lot more work. That is a comprehensive. That's where you need to work with me one on one and you need to give me a year. Like, you need to give me a year. Anybody who is under the assumption that you can roll back autoimmune disease with one little parasite cleanse, oh boy, that's dangerous. That's so dangerous. If you have autoimmune disease and you just do like a month do it yourself rogue parasite cleanse, all you really are doing is making them mad. You're pissing them off and you're driving them deeper into your tissues. And you might feel better at first, but like in 6 months, you're more than likely going to gain a bunch of weight and you don't understand why. Or other little things are going to start going on that you don't understand why. But that's one of the biggest signs if you've dabbled in some detox and parasite cleanse, just kind of half-heartedly, or you think you're doing it right, just everything else you think you're doing it right, and maybe you felt better, but then you've got unexplained weight gain, or your hormones start to go crazy, or you get night sweats, or you start to get blood sugar imbalances. That just means like you just made everything mad. Like, you just made everything mad. You set some things out of your normal balance. You probably cleared a few things, but the main thing that nobody talks about with these damn parasites is, um, when you start to kill them, when you get some results and you kill some of the adults, they set off an enzyme for all the eggs to hatch. So once, especially if we've had major sicknesses, we have to we have to parasite cleanse for a lifetime. Like, even if you're working with me one to one and our year is up, you're not done. Like, but the goal is that after that time, like, you get it. You can stay on with me. You can just do a scan every 3 months, or whatever you want to do. But you should understand living the detox lifestyle by then. And we will all digress at one point or another. I mean, I still will eat ice cream, I still will eat sugar, but I don't live in fear of those things. Myself, I've got Hashimoto's thyroid. I drew blood this morning for a couple of clients, and I should have done my own, but I wasn't fasting, so then I didn't, and I feel really good, so I don't really care what my blood says. But the last time I drew my blood, I wasn't feeling good. That's why I drew it. I was in a flare, like in a really bad autoimmune flare. I mean, not really bad, not like bad like it would have been 2 years ago when I get a flare, but I was in a flare. My CRP was really high, so my inflammation marker was really high. But my TPO, my thyroid antibodies, they want to run 3,000 and some. But the rest of my thyroid numbers stay good. My energy stays good. Like I go like a wild woman. Like I am a every day a Tasmanian devil with this stuff going on. And I feel good doing it. So the labs are one thing, but we need to pay attention to how we feel. All the parasite work, all the wild stuff I've seen come out of me in the toilet, the liver work, the liver flukes, and the when I was doing my first doses of advanced Tudka and doing some coffee enemas, I would have these stools that looked like I dumped out soggy grape nuts in the toilet. And that was all liver stones. Our body is so clever, right? It makes stones, it takes cholesterol and wraps up these toxins that it can't methylate and sticks them away in your liver. So my liver never looked bad on paper. My liver enzymes were never off. So by the time you get to a place where your liver enzymes are off, there is some serious, serious dysfunction in your body, like big time dysfunction. And your kidney function. By the time you get to the point where your labs are not normal, you're in trouble. Like you're in big trouble. So there's so much. All of this, there's so much. So I appreciate the DIY stuff. I do. But if you're hearing me and you're like, you know that you've been wanting to do some of this stuff, but you're scared and you're overwhelmed and you have some reverence. Like we need to have reverence for these herbs. We need to have reverence for what we're doing because we can really set our body into tilt, if we're not paying attention and if we're so toxic that we can't hear what our symptoms are trying to tell us. Like our bodies are so smart and the symptoms is the language of the body. So we don't want to cover up your symptoms. We don't want to take away your symptoms because then we're taking away the voice. When you think of a toddler, like a toddler that barely has any words yet, that's trying to communicate with you, right? And you're trying to figure out what they want. That's your body's symptoms. Is like this nonverbal toddler or a non or an autistic person without a language who is trying to communicate with you. And then we just go to the doctor or to the over the counter medications and we want to shut down these symptoms because they're annoying to us. We don't want to put up with them. Well, now our body has to figure out some other way of communicating. So it's going to start throwing a fit like this nonverbal toddler that can't get their point across that you just shut up. And now your body has to have some kind of fit to try to get your attention, to try to communicate with you. So the symptoms are so important. And like everybody hates a runny nose, everybody hates to throw up, everybody hates to have diarrhea, but come on, that is your body's way of getting out of it what is not supposed to be there. Your fever, everybody hates a fever. It sucks, it's uncomfortable, your joints hurt, all of that stuff. But let your body do what it needs to do. When we suppress a fever, like with Tylenol, with those medications, it just makes that all last longer. The Tylenol suppresses your glutathione production. Your glutathione is everything your body needs to fix what is wrong with you in that moment. If you lean into that fever a little bit, get uncomfortable, sweat it out. Like bacteria, viruses, whatever it is, can't survive in that temperature. That's why your body's doing it in the first place. Yes, we don't want to get it dangerous. Yeah, we don't want to lose our hearing. So we can try to mitigate. We can try to, stay out of that danger zone. But just remember that pretty much everything that we were programmed to believe about this stuff is probably not quite right, is probably not quite accurate. So I just been talking to myself for all this time. I'm gonna quick look and see if there was any comments or questions that I missed. Um, it is all lifestyle. It is all lifestyle. Oh, I gotta do the puzzle piece. Okay, got it, got it. So I was gonna wrap this up at about 12. I need to get the store open. I really appreciate everybody who stopped in. Um, I'm just gonna wrap up by saying, um, I'm Nurse Tanya. I am an RN who is divorced from the sick care system. I am quantumly calling my people, my clients, my niche crowd are professionals who are open minded, who are ready to come out of the medical model and heal their body with more natural ways, who are ready to take control of their life, who are ready to do the hard work and actually change and redirect their whole lives. That's my jam. Those are the people that I am calling in. I work I have openings for one-on-one clients right now. I do limit them, but somebody's always graduating. Those programs are even 4 months or 9 months or 12 months, so somebody's always graduating. So there's always room. I'm not full now. I'm not that famous. I'm not full now, so there's always room. And somebody is always graduating. You can find that information if you go to my link in bio and get yourself to my website. And then under information, there is a programs tab where I lay it out for you. This is what the program looks like. If you register on that page, then my system will send you a video of me telling you what the prices are because I am not a salesman. I hate that discovery call. I hate it. I hate that discovery call because I don't like the sales pitch. So I made a video. So if you listen to my video and you like what you're hearing and you want to move forward, then you can um, make a call with me and just get on the phone and tell me where you're ready to start because I'm not looking for everybody. I'm not a huge creator. I'm looking for people who are specifically assigned to me. And then I also have group coaching. So, in that group coaching, as that grows, as that develops, as that mutates, it's in the baby stages right now. But that I can handle a lot more. It's hybrid. So, even in the group coaching, depending on where you fall in, that's all on my website too. The information's all there. In the group coaching, depending on what you choose, where you fall in, it does include some bioenergetic testing. It does include the groups. It includes the information in behind the scenes in the website, so you can totally be a overachiever. I've got everything there for you. If that you move on your time frame. The group coaching prices include the CellCore products as well. We always CellCore is my jam. That foundation, that detox is bar none. You will level up your health no matter who you're at, no matter where you're at, no matter who you are. You have not detoxed and parasite cleansed until you've done it with CellCore. Like I love that DIY stuff too, but I'm telling you what, this is a whole different level. It was created by scientists who know their stuff. Dr. Todd Watts is behind the game. They're an awesome company. Like when I go to training, there can be thousands of us there, and the owner of the company is going to come along and give me a hug and say, "Hey, Tanya, what's going on in your world?" These are people with big hearts. They're on a mission. On a mission. They're on the same mission that we're on. So those are my group programs. And then it's still in my brain. It's still in my brain. I'm still working it out. I'm working out a whole me manifestation. We're going to use the authority of the Creator, God, the Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So we're going to prayerfully do some manifestation. We are going to release sickness and disease from your body. We are going to use like a whole 30 um, eating program. We're going to do daily manifestations with some amazing shofar, like the trumpet of the Lord, and spiritual music. So it's not going to be new agey. It's not going to be, that kind of thing, but we are going to manifest. We're going to use scripture. We're going to use foundation, and we are going to call our body back into a state of health. It's going to be super well rounded. Like I said, it only exists up here. I'll be doing I might even do some paid ads on social media about it. And I'll get that going. I will by the end of the month. I will get it going. And it's going to be tied up in my education vault. It'll be free. It'll be evergreen. It'll never go away. I always might update and change it a little bit, but that is going to be a gift. That's going to be part of my ministry. There's going to be this free gift. There will be no products required whatsoever. None whatsoever. And there will always be an offer if you want to work with me after that. Here's the offer. You bet. I'm gonna have a pitch to go with it, but it's also a ministry gift. So there's that. If anybody has any quick questions, I'm gonna wrap it up. But as always, like and share. This community is amazing. I love how it's growing. I love how there's a place for all of us in this community. It's like our own healing smorgasbord, right? So everybody brings their gifts and brings their packages, and we share and help each other out wherever we can. Over and out, everybody. All right, I got it ended on TikTok. I know TikTok is it's so fun. I really love the format. It probably feels a lot different for you guys over here on YouTube or Facebook. What I love about YouTube or Facebook is that's kind of my original crowd, right? And I love that the videos will stay. I can keep them. The TikTok ones, they always go away. But if you were here live or if you're here on replay, just know that I appreciate you. I appreciate any of the likes and shares. So now I got a few things I need to do, and then I need to get the doors open. Have a great day.